If you're a passive investor, there's a good chance that you're doing so because you think investment advisors are an additional cost and take away some of your decision making. And by investing into an index fund, you're pretty much cutting out the middleman and keeping the decision making for yourself. Turns out that's not quite the whole case. Elliot from Abroad in here with some quick money tips. When people first start thinking about investing, they generally have the question on whether or not it's worth it to go with an investment advisor. Well, the main argument against an investment advisor is that you should just be investing into passive index funds and cut out a costly middleman who's probably trying to do active investing for you. The issue with this logic is that cutting out an investment advisor doesn't remove all the middlemen from the investment process, even if you're invested into broad market index funds. Here's why. Index funds have two components to them, the index itself and the index fund manager. Both of these entities have committees and fund managers who go and manage the fund and the index itself. On the index side, the committee is going to figure out everything related to the management and construction of the index, including how they're going to add components to it, what weights they're going to get, when they need to rebalance it, when components need to be added or removed, and how they're going to approach the management of it. While this can be a very passive activity, each index is going to have a different way of doing this. On the index fund side, the manager is going to figure out how they're going to replicate or even beat the index that they're tracking. Like with the index itself, this is going to vary between fund provider and can have all sorts of different implications, including whether or not they're going to physically track every investment inside the index, if they're going to take a sample of it, if they're going to try to replicate it using other very similar assets but that aren't in the index, as well as how often they're going to rebalance and react to the changes in the index. Like with the index creators themselves, this varies between fund provider and fund provider. So as a passive investor, you need to be aware of the indexes you're tracking, the funds that you're using to invest into that index that it's tracking, and how they are managing it. This is crucial because depending on what your investment thesis is, i.e. how you want to invest your money, will determine which indexes and which index funds you want to invest your money in. It's absolutely crucial that when you're planning your investment strategy, you ask yourself these questions and then go research indexes and the index fund providers that track them to determine where you're going to invest your money. I know that sounds a little bit complicated, but keep in mind with broad market indexes like the S&P 500, there are literally thousands of funds out there with thousands of different ways to track this market and to invest into it. And that's the case in pretty much any index you can think of. I wanted to share this as it's a question that we receive a lot. Hope you found it useful. Give us a like, give us a follow if that's a thing anymore, and I will see you at the next one. Have a great day.